We're getting older now, but we all remember the video games that mean the most to us. From Earthbound to Zelda and everything in between. Join me, Metroid's Primed, as I take you on a journey to show you the video games that changed my life. Hey guys, welcome back for another Pickups episode. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at all the stuff I picked up in the month of January. And to start off with, I actually won a prize on another fellow YouTuber's channel. And the name of his channel is the Jimbo channel. Really good gaming channel, so definitely check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. But he was doing a lot of boxed Nintendo game giveaways. And you had to do a video response. I'm sure some of you actually saw the video response on the channel, but I actually won Castlevania 2 box. And this is something I needed for my collection, and I'm definitely going to be actively working to get the other two games on the Nintendo. There are two that I need to add to my Castlevania collection, so I'm glad to finally have that. And he actually threw in two other games, and that is TV Sports Football for the TurboGrafx 16, and this is something I didn't have, so I'm looking forward to playing that. And he also threw in Deadpool, and this is a game I've really been looking forward to playing. From all the reviews I've seen of it, everybody says it's hilarious and basically, you know, really embodies the character of Deadpool and how sarcastic he is and all that, so I'm looking forward to playing that. But thanks a lot for that, Jimbo. Definitely everybody check out Jimbo's channel. And I also picked up, this isn't a game, but I thought this was pretty cool. I picked up a Game Boy cleaning kit, and this is actually sealed, and I thought this was really cool. I want to say they were selling it for like $5 sealed on eBay, so glad I picked that up. The next game I picked up was also sealed, but of course I'm going to open it up and play it, and that is Iron Soldier for the Atari Jaguar. And I'm really trying to build up my Atari Jaguar collection, and I've watched a lot of people's top 10 videos, and Iron Soldier made it to several people's lists, and it's a game I was really wanting to play. Basically, you're a mech going around in a city fighting, and that definitely appeals to me, so I'm looking forward to giving this a shot. But I want to say I paid like maybe $15 sealed, so apparently there was a lot of stock of these that never sold. And you can also pick up a copy pretty cheap on eBay sealed, and it still has the hanging tab on the back, so that's pretty cool. Alright, moving to Nintendo 64, and wow, like January was really the Nintendo 64 month for me. I really wanted to beef up my collection and pick up some of the games that I've been wanting to get for a while, but I just haven't. And I started off with Force Gemini, and this is a great game from Rare. And it's a game that I've actually played before, really liked it, but just hadn't added it to my collection, so I was glad to finally do that. And next, I actually picked up some racing games for my Nintendo 64 collection. I started off with Cruisin USA, and I'm a big fan of the Cruisin series. I love playing it back in the arcade, and this wasn't my favorite one from the arcade, but it was definitely a good one, and one I was glad to add to my collection. I think I might have got it for like $6 or $7 complete, so you know, the price was really cheap on that. Also picked up Cruisin World. I think I got this for $15, and this is my favorite game in the Cruisin series. And you know, I remember when I used to work at the movie theater, we actually had one of these in the lobby, and the guy that actually worked on the machines left it on free play for like a whole week. So all the employees of the theater were just having a blast playing this, racing each other, and I just really have some good memories of Cruisin World. Alright, next I picked up Turok 2, and I'm trying to get all the Turok games on the Nintendo 64, and you know, I was a big fan of the Turok series back then. A lot of the guns were over the top. I want to say one was like you shot a nuclear missile and like the entire screen went white, and just have really fond memories of playing these games, but glad to finally own that. Alright, next I picked up Nuclear Strike 64, and I'm a really big fan of the Strike series back on the Sega Genesis. Jungle Strike, Desert Strike, and there's several others that go throughout the PlayStation and Sega Saturn. But, you know, I knew this existed on the PlayStation, but I got it on the Nintendo 64. You know, I'm not sure which version is better, but I got it for a really good price. Alright, and the next game I picked up is actually one of the harder games to find on the N64, and that's because there was a very low print run, and real-time strategy games just weren't that popular on the Nintendo 64. And of course I'm talking about one of my favorites, Starcraft 64. And I really wanted a version I could play on my home console, and I've got it now. I've been wanting this for a really long time, and finally just pulled the trigger and got it. And I'm glad to have it, and glad to, you know, add this to my N64 collection. And the guy I bought it from actually threw in a free game, and he threw in WWF Attitude. And it's actually sealed. The box is kind of beat up, but pretty cool. He threw in a free game for me. Alright, the next game I picked up was for the Sega CD, and that is Prize Fighter. And I'm a big boxing fan, and you know, I was watching some videos of this online, and it really intrigued me. You're actually, the whole game's in, you know, video and in the true video that Sega was doing with a lot of games on the Sega CD. And it was really interesting what I saw, so I was kind of intrigued, and I think I got this for like $7 with free shipping, so I couldn't pass that up. And the next two games I actually got as a late Christmas present from my girlfriend, and she got me Transformers: The Fall of Cybertron, and I was a big fan of the first game in this series, so I'm really looking forward to playing that. I've heard some good things about this. And she also got me Injustice: Gods Among Us, and she got me the collector's edition of this, and I'm a huge fan of Mortal Kombat, and the same franchise that did the newer reboot of Mortal Kombat did this, and it's in a very similar style, and I just had a blast playing this. I already beat it, but wow, it was a great game, and a lot of fun, and a great Christmas present. And I actually had some gift cards left over from Christmas for GameStop, and I picked up Fire Emblem Awakening, and this is a game I've been meaning to get for a while for my 3DS, but I was glad to finally get it. I hear, you know, nothing but great things about this role-playing game. Alright, next for the Wii U, I actually picked up new Super Luigi U, and this is a game that I've been putting off for a while, but it was like $15 on Amazon. I had a few dollars left over from a gift card that I needed to use, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger on this. And I actually heard it's not a full-fledged game like the new Super Mario Bros. U was, but it's kind of a sequel, a pretty short and condensed sequel, and you know, glad to add that to my Wii U collection, which is growing pretty big now. Alright guys, well that's my pickups for the month of January. If you have any questions or comments about any of these games, please leave them down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And guys, as always, we'll see you next time.